Please welcome to the stage, Seaton Smith.
Thank you. Hey, pretty NPR people, how y'all feeling? Cool. There's certain rules for storytelling, right? I can't actually touch the microphone. I gotta like stand here and act like I'm on the street corner. All right, so hello everybody, how y'all feeling? This story is gonna be about cops. Now, I'm not sure how I feel. My girlfriend recently called the police under uncomfortable circumstances. Now, I don't know. I feel like in America right now, especially now, we can talk openly about this. There are two types of people in America when it comes to cops, right? If one of those type of people sees a problem on the street, they'll go to themselves, there's a problem. I need to call the cops. Now, there's a second type of person that they see that same problem, they'll stop and ask themselves, do I want to complicate this with cops? Or I got a little weed in my pocket. My friend has a prior. Man, they'll find that baby. So, like, let them sort it out, baby. My girlfriend, though, she's the opposite. She calls cops. That's her thing, because she's kind of like a white woman. I guess not kind of like you, man, kind of super white, right? Like, I don't know. You seem kind of purebred. Don't be offensive. I'm sorry, white woman seems too harsh. Let's say woman of white. So my woman, right, like she. I make you feel better. I feel better. Hell yeah, man. My girlfriend, yeah, she likes calls. She calls cops because she I don't know. She trusts them. For me, I have a complicated relationship with cops. When I was first time I really had to deal with cops, I was 4 years old, and my mother was dropping off my brother at his grandmother's house in India. I got to use all these specific words because baby daddies and all that shit, right? So like his grandma in India, we're dropping him off, and suddenly I hear, "Get the fuck on the ground!" And I look up. And I realized the apartment complex that was once empty is now full of a SWAT team. All right, like helicopters, canines. There was one dude with a flashlight and a rifle in my car because I was like sitting there as a 4-year-old boy in the back seat. My brother had walked across the street to go see his dad, and my mom was just kind of sitting there talking, and I had no shoes on. So at that point, I'm sitting in the back of the car. But then all of a sudden, there's nothing, and me and the gun and rifles. And I look over and I see my brother. He's on the ground, and he has a gun to his back. And my mother, for some weird reason, was let go free. Like nobody fuck with her, and she lost her fucking mind. She was flipping out. Get the fuck away from my son! Flip! I was just so weird because it was weird to see I don't know what kind of guns cops have. They look like AR-15s, but machine guns. And it's just such weird to see my mom. This was only 5 foot, kind of flipping out on this old big old white guy with a gun in the face. It was really kind of cool. That's my mom was that strong. Anyways, that was my first time I was in a drug bust. Second time, I was actually 18 years old. And I'm telling you all these stories, crowd, to understand that, that time, I found out that drug bust apparently was, the cops apparently got the wrong address. So it was completely, nobody had done any drugs. I wasn't part of a drug gang. My family wasn't part of it. The cops were just like, oh shit, the crack house is over there. My bad. And that was it. And so, and my mother found this out, and she flipped out like crazy. Like, what the fuck? She was in his face, and I don't know. And the cop just the whole time was just like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Just shit happens. Shit happens. He didn't seem, I've seen a lot of cartoons, and cops are always like heroes. Like, yeah, save the bad guy. But this nigga was like, well, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just so that was my feel. I was like, okay, cops they're not evil, but they ain't on cartoons. So fast forward to 18 years old, and I've gone through a lot of, fuck the police phase in teenage years, right? But now I'm just like, let me just be myself, mind my own business. I go to Washington, D.C. from New Jersey, and my first day at Howard University. Howard University in 2001, this is before before D.C. got gentrified, so there was still that angle of just, pure crack. And so, just a long layer of crack. Like, literally, I started in 2000, when I was doing Howard, the Howard orientation consisted of them talking to a freshman. All right, listen, right now, you are on this street. If you walk 1 block south, you will be shot. Do not walk down that street. If you look to your east, if you walk down that street, you will also get shot. Do not walk down that. That was my orientation. I was scared as fuck. I ain't leaving my house. for like 3-4 months. I found out they were exaggerating. Only 2 people really got shot. Like everybody else, like everybody else lived and got wounded. So like, so in D.C. that was weird because I was walking. First day, I decided I wanted to go to the D.C. Improv to see Wayne Braided, and this is back when he was hot. And so I'm about to go see Wayne Braided. So I'm like 18-year-old guy about to walking down to the subway, and suddenly I just see a bunch of crackheads just walking like, and then I'm just walking through. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm 18, so I'm just walking, trying to go, excuse me. And all of a sudden, I hear a cop go, you, get on the wall. And this crowd is when I learned the first lesson on how to deal with cops. This is what, if you ever on the street and you hear a cop yell, you, get on the wall. Don't do some dumb shit like this. Turn around and go, me? Because if you're a young black Negro, they do mean you. And so that's what they did. Put me on the wall, and he just patted me down. He was like, what the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? I was like, I just walked into the subway. I don't even know what even going on. I don't even know. It's my second day of school. And and he was like, really? And he pulled my wallet out, saw my ID, and he was like, oh, you're going to Howard University. And he looked at me with the most sincere face like, so, how do you like D.C.? And I was It was good, officer. It was good. So, I don't know. Again, complicated conversation with cops. I don't know. Are they people? Are they evil? Are they just... I think one time I think the first time I really got maybe in trouble with cops. Like I might have gotten some shit. It was really small. It was real small. I was in Rendell Mills, Maryland, and it was like a night show. I was trying to do comedy, and it was a night show, and Rendell Mills, Maryland has this mall that's just huge. It's really one of those big ones that, you kind of go there for all day long because you have nothing else going for you. Like one of those malls, factory outlets, right? So it was an empty parking lot though, right? And I'm just driving through, but it was one of those big parking lots that had stop signs, right? And so I'm like, there's nobody around. Fuck them stop signs. So I'm just driving through. I'm not even thinking about the stop signs. There's nobody here. Who am I stopping for? Ghost? No. So I'm driving. That's what I'm going through my head, right? And then suddenly I hear whoop, whoop. And I'm looking up, like, what the fuck? A cop, right? I just pull over, and I'm with my friends, right? I got like 2 of my boys with me, right? And like they're 2, like I'm not gonna say I'm from the good side of the tracks. I'm not bad. I'm just, I'm alive. I got these 2 friends though, they were like straight hood. They enjoyed it. Like, listen, man, I used to sell crack. I'm hood, but they're not now. Point being, this cop comes to the car, and he's black. And I don't know what happened, but it was, he came with his ego. You ever met cops that just come like all of a sudden, they don't want to help you. They're just like, I'm the law. He kind of came with that. I'm the law. Do you know how many stop signs you went through? And I was just like, but sir, it's just a parking lot. That ain't the point. You went through them stop signs. I can give you a ticket. I can give you a ticket all the times, right? I can give you that's $250 for each ticket. He's talking like fucking Eddie Murphy. He was just fucking going on me, right? And I'm like, sir, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just trying to win. And all of a sudden, my boy, right, he's just bigger. All of a sudden, he just says with a very calm voice, I'm sorry, officer. And all of a sudden, everything got real quiet. And I felt like his voice came through me. And I was just like, I'm sorry, officer. I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again, officer. And the cop was almost weirded out, like, oh, okay, well, don't do it again. He walked away. And I was like... And I looked at my friend like, what the fuck have you been through, nigga? You know what I mean? Because, like, but you got to conjure up them dark feelings. Like, I ain't going back to jail. You better handle this. Like, what? That's what I felt. So, I'm sorry. I'm saying all this. So, again, complicated conversation with cops. So let me just fast forward to a couple weeks ago. My white girlfriend, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, in this white gentrified apartment building. We had a neighbor who, I like my apartment. I'm proud of it. I'm 34. I've worked hard for my apartment. Our next door neighbor is a 23-year-old little white girl who just fucking got it. And listen, I understand we all have different economic situations, but fuck her. And like, this bitch got the backyard. How she gonna get in the backyard? She's 23 years old. She ain't done shit with her life. Anyway, so like, point being, very nice neighbor, nice girl. And she... So one night we come home, and me and my girl come home, and we find our nice neighbor. She's looking kind of pale, and she's with another dude looking equally pale. But I just figured, fuck it, they're raving. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to bother them. But they're just standing outside of her apartment building. I'm like, are you all right? She's like, we just lost our keys. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. She's really pale. It's okay. She's whispering away. I'm like, all right. You all better be all right. And I go in my house, And I don't know, like hours, maybe an hour goes by, and I keep hearing wrestling. I keep hearing I'm like, keep more wrestling. I'm like, where's the key guy at? Where? I mean, are they fucking? What are they doing? Like, it just sounded like real weird. I look out there, and she's just kind of walking around randomly, and I don't see the guy. And then maybe 30 minutes go by, and all of a sudden, she's just kind of hitting doors. And all of a sudden, 30 minutes go by, and she's making noises. Yeah, I found out later that she took LSD, I think, and didn't have any backup plan. Like, apparently she had no safety net, and she's just out there, just fucking gone, all right? Gone. And my girlfriend, she's been sober 8 years, and so she's looking at this woman like seeing herself. She's like, we need to help her. And I was been a whore for the last 3, and like I've chased girls like that, and I'm like, fuck that. And but she wants to help, and I'm like, I don't want to. And then as we're arguing, we hear another dude out there, our neighbor. His name is Adam. I shouldn't say his name. That's a motherfucker. We'll call him white guy, who was about 5'8", and I just hear him talking to her, just like, hey, is everything okay? And he's really drunk. Again, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. He's drunk. He goes, are you okay? I just let me in. And he's like, but what's wrong? You're in here already. All right? And that's when she hit him, right? And she just knocked him, right? Knocked the shit out. He just hit his nose. He's bleeding everywhere, right? And me and my girl come out because we hear a rustle, and all we see is this thin white hallway covered in blood. This 5'8" man holding down this like 5'4" girl, blood just gushing on her, and he looks up and he's like, call the police, right? And my first thought is, nigga, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, you're holding down a girl covered in blood, nigga, run. Like, you gotta go. This is not gonna be cleared up. They're gonna shoot you. Have you seen videos, nigga? Like, this is, so. But he looks at me righteously like, no, they need to see this. This needs to be handled. I'm like, how old are you? Why are you talking like that? So, like, and so I'm like, hey, man, well, good luck to you. So I walk inside. Again, like, I don't want to be part of that. My girl calls, she uses my phone, calls the police, and then a few minutes go by. Because I'm not out there. I'm like, nah. And like, and all of a sudden I hear, hello? Excuse me? Yeah. And my girl's like, go fucking talk to him. I'm like, all right. What's up, man? He's like, well, cops at the door. Can you let him in? And I'm again, no, like, because there was the door, there was a window, so the cop actually looked in, saw what was going on, but still, I'm like, I've been around cops. These motherfuckers can fucking, and then later talk about it. So I was like, I don't want to open the door. And he's like, no, open the door. It's like, I'm really nervous. I step over him, and I open the door, and this fucking blew my fucking mind, because as he's holding this woman down, covered in blood, he looks up at the cop and goes, you want me to let her up? And the cop looks around and goes, nah, let me figure out what's going on first. For real? Is that how white people get it? Nigga, like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not going to be racist about this. I think with cops, I feel like, I guess I've lived a long enough life. I just realize they're just people, you know? You just hope that when shit's going down, you get a good one, not a bad one, you know? That's all you can hope for. So that time at 4 in the morning, we got a good one. So just hopefully the next time, no one's good too. Peace, man.